Coming up in the programme, a litter specialist celebrates 14 years of picking up dog mess.
I had over 60 tonnes last year. That's a lot of dog feces, isn't it?
It's Groundhog Day for some Preston enforcers.
It'd be quicker to train a chimpanzee to do this rather than some of the residents.
And a Lewisham wall has been vandalised.
Oh, here we go again. It's about the 4th time we've been here, isn't it?
But first, an Ipswich clean-up team gets a face full of filth.
Whoa!
The River Orwell at low tide may look filthy, but there's far worse behind closed doors in the Suffolk port of Ipswich. The walls of this recently vacated council house hide a dark secret, thus far unknown to the intrepid crew of filth fighters whose job it is to clear it out.
Oh, ammonia. Oh, wow. Oh, blimey. What a stink. Look at the stain.
The lads may have seen worse, but it doesn't often smell this bad.
Urine's horrible. I've been in the jungle. I've never smelled something like this.
Like dogs were, isn't it? Dogs were, I think. Yeah. Quite a lot they left us some.
Perhaps the smell became too much, even for the previous tenants.
It looks like somebody's left in a bit of a hurry because it's kind of half done and half not done. Possibly someone's been evicted, I don't really know. But it's certainly, there's going to be quite a big clean-up operation.
Upstairs, Barry is struck by the original decor.
It's a bit strange for a bedroom, isn't it? I just think you'd wake up in the night and scare the life out of you. There's got hell up there.
The place may be far from heavenly, but Sam's an angel.
It's quite a luxury house, actually, because I found a video player in the bathroom, and not a lot of houses have that.
But not all the mod cons are mod.
Sewing machine. If anyone fronts in your trousers, I'll do it for you. Give you some nice cut, you know, nice shapes and everything, yeah?
And the design classics keep on coming.
A nice 80s retro ghetto blaster there.
That's the Harry Potter broomstick.
This is a new company car to get home with. Yeah.
But none of these treasures will be going home with the lads. They've come to clear the place out, and now that's exactly what they do.
Another sewing machine, another heater and another stereo.
Sometimes we get the houses built with hoarders, so they'll have 3 pushchairs or you know, 8 TVs.
This is all the electrical items that we've found. We've just got to take them back to the yard so they can be recycled.
And it's all going for a song.
This is how we do it when we have to make this. Oh, baby!
Sam is already looking ahead to the next stage of the operation.
I think we're going to need the extra time on the garden, because looking at the garden, it's a pretty bad mess. And we've also...
But there's some bits and pieces to iron out first.
Here's the man, Sammy.
Thanks very much.
The lads have cleared the house in a jiffy, but when they tackle the garden, things get decidedly whiffy. Tucked away in a Lewisham council estate, it appears Messrs North and Baz have been practising their signatures. Their handiwork has been reported to the council, and now 2 graffiti experts, Vic and Julie, have come to assess their efforts.
Oh, well, here we go again.
They're not impressed.
It's about the 4th time we've been here, isn't it?
Same tag as well, isn't it? Bears. Say noble. No, no.
Nah. Nerf, innit? It's got an F at the end.
These unsightly tags appear overnight and identify the individual. It's Vic and Julie's job to erase them as quickly as they appeared.
There's at least 4 coats of paint on this already, so we're going to stick another coat on it today, and then we'll see, give it a couple of days, come back and see if they've been back again.
Sometimes the graffiti paint can be cleaned off with chemicals, but if the wall is already painted, there's only one option.
Right, Rick, let's get the paint out and get rid of it all.
Vic and Julie are at the front line of a never-ending war. But Julie thinks it's a war that she can win.
These are just kids marking up their turf. As long as we keep hitting it and covering it up before they, like, get a chance to keep doing it, Eventually they just give up, find other things to do and don't bother about graffiti anymore.
With the end in sight, Julie's thoughts turn to the evening ahead.
Going out tonight, Vic?
Yeah, I might go out tonight for a couple of bevies. Burn a cup of tea, can't you, Julie? Now and again, the government gets me a cup of tea. Very rarely, though.
I was going to say, I bought you a sausage butt this morning.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Toasted and a cup of tea. So what you got to say to that, then?
Got to keep the energy up in this weather.
Perhaps Julie was a graffiti artist in a former life.
Bit of knockdown ginger, that was about it. That was my fun. What about you, Vic? Did you ever used to do graffiti?
No, I used to spray motorbike wheels white and run off.
Why, Vic?
I don't know, I just thought it was funny at the time.
You want to hope you don't show the police this. They'll be after you, mate, all them years.
No, I was better looking then, they won't recognise me now.
And before long, the wall is back to its beautiful best.
Oh, nice job done. We'll come back later, see the paint dries, we'll blast that.
And we'll blast that bit off the top there.
Take an after shot.
Vic and Julie can head for the cafe and a well-earned cuppa. The city of Preston was the first provincial town in the UK to be lit by gas. Some areas of architectural interest have been preserved.
Welcome to the expensive bit of Preston.
But even the posh part of town is filth-prone. Meet Gary and Paul, environmental enforcement officers with a bone to pick.
A lot of this is a conservation area, round about the square and this. So it's a really, really lovely place to live. It doesn't surprise anymore. We've seen it 1,000 times before. We'll see it 1,000 times more.
We've got a problem with tenants who keep putting black bags down in front of the bins. We've got to a ridiculous situation now where our bin crews can't get in to empty the bins.
The immediate task is to clear a path, but it seems all is not rubbish.
Is that a new? That's not a new printer. What do you chuck out a new printer for?
It's a mixed bag of rubbish bags, and some of them have become particularly fragrant.
Oh, these people. That's just ridiculous. That's not even been put in a bag.
All sorts of stuff in there, food waste, envelopes.
And somebody's dumping food waste out on the pavement. It's just all food waste, look. Just sheer food waste.
It's a general invitation, calling all rats.
There you go, look. That's what attracts rats.
People always say to us, oh, we've seen rats. Well, yeah, you're bound to see rats if you give the rats some food.
There you go. Nice lasagna.
But rats aren't the only animals that worry Paul.
It's always a case of monkey see, monkey do. The first person to put a black bag down here will invite the rest of the residents to follow suit. And I sometimes think it'd be quicker to train a chimpanzee to do this rather than some of the residents. Keeps us in a job, I suppose.
Back in the Ipswich Council House, the lads have cleared the interior.
I think we're very nearly there, actually. There's only a few bits left.
Some filth fighters always see the funny side.
Christmas?
I don't want it.
Why not? Christmas? Nah, not today.
Now the rubbish is out, Barry is able to see the house for what it is.
Quite a nice house. 4 bedrooms, quite big. It's terrible it's been left to get in a state like this. You know, there's so many people that are homeless.
Barry's detergent kills off all traces of the former tenants and their pets. But outside, things are about to take a turn for the worse. Much worse.
Right, basically, it looks like it's been a bit of a tipping ground for quite a long time here. There's all sorts of furniture, shopping trolleys, pushchairs. There's more rubbish behind here that I can't even see what it is yet. You've got a nasty-looking shed there. It's very flimsy indeed. Over here, more rubbish, electricals we'll have to deal with. Washing machine drum full of mud. I hope it's mud, I don't know. There's clearly been, I'd say, at least 2 dogs here because there's no grass and rather a large pile of dogs, you know what, there.
Look at the state of it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the dogs in here really is going to pose a problem because wherever we go, we're going to have to look where we're treading. The last thing you really want is a footful of that.
Cedric is the first to fall foul.
Found a dog poo.
Cool. Watch where you're going then.
Yeah, you ought to.
But Sam is a man with a plan.
I think the best thing to do is get the dog mess out of the way. Who has got the shovel?
Shovel.
And Sam's plan is to make Cedric the man.
Why do I have to do this? Why has to be pointed then, so me? Which one is that?
You've reached a bit, all along here.
Okay. All right.
Here. Some there as well.
Look at that. This is still fresh. This is footy.
Sam's impressed by Cedric's technique.
We really are going like off a shovel here.
Antonio practices a Formula One wheel change, while Cedric looks for somewhere to store his collection.
The other one's worse, Cedric. I see they cleared up some of their dog's mess.
And as if one wasn't enough.
Whoa! Come and have a look. Come.
That's what I believe you. Yeah, that's pretty bad as well.
Is there no pong too strong for Filth fighter Sam?
Just gonna wash it.
We'll take it in turns. And put a bit of disinfectant in there. We've got some special disinfectant, especially for animal feces.
This is how we enjoy ourselves. With a very nice stinky house.
Coming up, the going gets tough in the Ipswich Garden.
Rather a lot more stuff.
A Preston pizza is a dead giveaway.
Put money on that being a student, because students live off pizzas.
And it's a dog's life for a solo Filth fighter.
Can get smelly in the summer.
Back in Ipswich, the dog's mess has been removed and the lads can now get on with clearing the yard. It seems the tenant who lived here was not only a dog owner, but a bit of a hoarder.
I'm wondering if they sort of collected things maybe to sell on or sell for scrap metal, because there's loads of push chairs. There's about 6 or 7 shopping trolleys here.
As he opens a filthy old box, it's clear that Barry's got balls.
What have you got there? They're like worry balls, are they? I'm really distressed now.
But there's more to this job than meets the eye.
I'm just about to see what's behind here. I don't really want to know. Rather a lot more stuff. A mountain bike, a Batman skateboard, and who knows what's in here.
And in amongst all the items, Sam makes an unpleasant discovery.
It looks like rather a lot of animal feces of some sort, probably rat. They're quite big.
The rats could be in that mattress because it looks like they've made a hole and they could be living inside there.
Oh, no sign of anything. I reckon they've moved in a couple of weeks with no fresh food and they'll go and find someone else's garden.
Sam can't help wondering how a place gets as bad as this.
If someone's having a bad time, like they're having problems at home or the family's splitting up, I can see how things just get out of control. But this is a bit extreme, must admit.
Come on, Sam. Make it there.
I'm struggling.
With 5 pairs of hands, it doesn't take long for the lads to truck up the trash. And there's even time for a spot of self-promotion.
Fancy decoration? Do you? Call me.
Yeah, good day's work.
It's been a long day, and all that remains is for the lads to take their horrible haul off to the dump. Dog mess in the back garden is one thing, but what about the stuff that gets left in every public park up and down the land every day of the year? Who clears that up? John Sutton has been on poo patrol in Ipswich for the last 14 years.
These are the dog bins for the old dog feces. The winter's all right, it's just the summer when they get a little bit stinky. Yeah, it's lovely. I don't mind the job at all. You do about 60, 70 bins a day, you know. And apparently I had over 60 tonnes last year. That's this side done. Now I've got to go round the other side.
Understandably, John works alone, and he's happy to be out and about with a purpose. the course of his working day, John will walk several miles in pursuit of dog poo. He'll lift and carry kilos of the stuff, and then he'll dispose of it.
That's a lovely old job. See all different dogs. Look. You always have a chat to a lot of the old people, you know, they like to have a chat to you. I love it.
It hasn't always been a dog's life for John. His former career prepared him well for this one.
You do get used to it. I mean, I worked at a tannery for 20 years and the smells down there with the acids and that, you just got used to it, you know. You just try not to breathe it in, as simple as that, you know. You just hold your breath for a little while. That's simple, really.
He may spend his days clearing up after them, but John still has a soft spot for man's best friend.
I wanted a dog, but she won't let me have one. But I love me old dogs, on. I done this bin yesterday, and coming past just now, I can see someone's obviously deposited a bag of rubbish. Yeah, as you can see, look. That's dog feces. Someone's got out of the garden, been collecting it all week. I emptied the bin yesterday. As you can see, there's one bag in there. I'll get a complaint saying I haven't done the bin. That's why when I come past, I see it, and I thought I'd better pull up and pick this stuff up now, look. But you can feel that's quite heavy, isn't it? I mean, like I say, people have got the dogs. They should be responsible for me, you know. You walk around sometimes and they don't bother picking it up. You're walking in it all day sort of thing, you know. Especially with little kiddies coming along. The old fresh air in you, don't you? Better than being stuck in an office all day. Oh, well.
Back in Preston, Gary and Paul are facing a mountain of fly-tipped refuse, and they want to know what sort of people do this.
I put money on that being a student, because students live off pizzas. We have a love-hate relationship with students.
We have a love-hate relationship with everybody.
Why on earth did that person buy that pack of mincemeat when they never intended to use it? They must have money to burn, that's all I can say.
Crazy. I mean, there's a DVD player in here, there's...
Pineapple and orange apple juice. It's full.
Hello? Yeah, it's in the bin.
And the fly tipper's musical taste causes further bemusement.
Slamming vinyl, New Year's Eve 2002 hardcore. Whatever that is.
Some items might seem worth saving, but this lot will all go to the dump.
Bear in mind this is private property with a management company that gets money from all these tenants to look after this area. Lads here doing their job for them free of charge. I can think of better things to do on a cold winter day.
Paul used to be a policeman, but his retirement didn't last long.
My wife put up with me for about 3 months and then decided I was making the flat look untidy and sent me out to find a job. So 2.5 years ago, started working with Gary, and we've been a partnership ever since. Tweedledee and Tweedledum, basically, that's us two.
But the Tweedles, Dee and Dum, never issued fines.
We always issue fines as a last resort. The majority of the public have to put up with me and Gary nagging them whenever we go out and speak to the public. And they probably know that they've been nagged when me and Gary's finished with them. Finding them is always a last resort. Get back straight.
Bin's now full. At least Gary has found some treasure.
Slamming tunes.
Get that percolate.
These lads will do whatever it takes to get this place clean again.
Tell you what, your missus is going to be really impressed.
Can I just say, if I had a hoover and a duster, I'd dust it as well.
Despite their frustrations, the lads are prepared to go beyond the call of duty.
You get a shovel, we'll do the garden, we'll turn the garden over while we're here.
So with a clean slate, or at least a clean yard, will it now be a different story?
Ultimately, it's down to the residents. Do the residents want to solve it?
Oh, it cobbles.
Rubbish transferred to the truck, empty bins now accessible. Gary and Paul can only hope the residents will follow their example.
Van's going to smell lovely again.
Yeah, van stinks again. We'll close it out tonight.
Late afternoon in Ipswich, and John Sutton is still doing his rounds.
That's a fishing trolley.
John has adapted a fishing cart into an industrial-sized mobile poop wagon.
Been on now. I've got to try and get me some rubber straps for a while.
He's a man on a very smelly mission. Now it's out with the old and in with the poo.
That one don't smell very healthy at the moment. But like I say, you get used to it. That's the wind and rain I don't like.
John is a filth warrior, and he's been fighting all his life.
I used to do the martial arts a few years back, you know. Shot a can. And I loved it. I've been down there a couple of times, but old injuries come back. Pack up again for a while, you know, but I like to go back into it. You're never too old to do it, you know.
John's round takes him to old stomping grounds. This is the mighty Orwell Bridge, and John knows a bit about it.
It's a rare old site, isn't it? You know, when you think about it. I remember when I was a boy, we used to come up here and used to swim in there. People used to have picnics up here. There's been quite a few people jump off there. That must be another state just to jump off, especially if you hit all the old rocks and that down the bottom. If you're lucky, you'll die, because if you survive, I reckon you'll be in a bit of pain, don't you? Wake up with a headache, I reckon. That's the last one now. Could be better, I suppose. I'm just hoping to win the lottery one day. This is the job I like doing. I enjoy it. You know, I don't want to be sitting in an office, pushing the pen. But I wouldn't know what way to hold the pen up anyway, so...
Some people are trained to be filth fighters, others are born to it.